is up, Los Angeles? We are here at Radio Row with Andrew Zimmern and Maureen Bausch. We're joined here with Brittany Betts,
Hello.
who's going by Brittany Bites.
Today I'm Brittany Bites.
She is a foodie, and
Yes.
she is so excited to have Andrew on the show today. They are here because they are hosting a fantastic event. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Taste of the NFL. It's been going on for 31 years. It's the party with a purpose. It's always taken place the Saturday night before the Super Bowl. It raises money to fight hunger in America. It's produced by Gen Youth, who's also the beneficiary of all the dollars. And, you know, thanks to incredible sponsors, we are able to donate 100% of those proceeds this year to Gen Youth programs. Gen Youth doesn't just buy meals for students. It focuses on schools because that's where the most needy people are, students,
Right.
the most vulnerable, young people. But they leave behind sustainable programs in sports, wellness, health, nutrition, and most importantly, I think, in retrofitting kitchens in schools that we're allowing them to actually cook that healthy, nutritious food.
Right.
So it's a full 360 approach to solving the problem that I believe is both giving a fish and teaching someone to fish at the same time. And it's the best party of the weekend. I mean, hundreds of, thousands of, rapturous fans.
Right.
40 plus chefs,
Amazing
dozens
food.
and dozens of NFL players, Hall of Famers, celebrities, legends, movie stars, you name it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the list of chefs that'll be in attendance.
Carla Hall will be there. I saw that.
Yes,
Brother
Rashida
Luck.
Perry.
I mean,
Yeah,
Maria Masson from
Tim
Top
Love,
Chef.
Mark Booker.
That's exciting.
Andrew and Carla are the hosts,
Oh, I love that.
and then some top chefs from the Phoenix market.
Nice.
Mark Tarbell, Christopher Gross, Bo McMillan. They have been instrumental in bringing in the best of the best. So it's really a fun day.
That sounds amazing.
And I love this cause so much. I, grew up in a single mom household,
Yep.
and going to school and having breakfast and lunch provided was such a huge thing for me and for her, taking the weight off of her shoulders and just having a warm meal in my belly at the beginning and the middle of the day was just so important to us. So I love that cause, and I think it's such a great cause.
It's really vital, and we also have to remember that we've got to supply food for people during the summers when schools are not in session. We have to supply. I mean, look, a lot of people may have breakfast and lunch in school, but it may be nutritive, right? Sugar crashes don't make for healthy learners in the afternoon, so
Right.
we have to make sure we're giving the right food at breakfast and lunch, and we have to make sure that for those that need it, that it's a safe place to grab dinner as well and take that home. Schools are an instrumental hub in solving this problem long term. We have 20% of Americans are food insecure. I think that's unacceptable in the greatest nation in the history of planet Earth to have hungry anyone. We have the food, we have the money, we have the distribution points. So how is it possible that we don't have the political will to make the change? Well, until that point comes, it's up to public-private partnerships and nonprofits like Gen Youth to step in, and I'm so proud to be associated with them.
That's awesome.
So you've been hanging out a little bit here in Arizona.
Sure.
How's the food scene here?
I was going to
hear-
ask. I'm sure you've been here before, and I know you know some spots.
I do, and I spend a lot of time here in Arizona and in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, and there are some incredible restaurants, and all represented at Taste the NFL.
Okay.
We've already named several great chefs. We have a couple that couldn't be with us this year. I'm a big fan of Scott Conant and Americano and his place. But if you had to pick one place, and I hate getting put on the spot like this because I get 40 angry texts
Right.
from my chef friends who are like, "Why
Right.
didn't you talk about me?" But I think that Chris Bianco, who is for 20 years has been a chef. Professionals look up to him, but a lot of other people didn't really know he existed. Not only makes the best food in the state, but now he's opened up in L.A. down near L.A. Live with his Pizzeria Bianco.
That's my neighborhood.
I've actually, yes,
So that
I've
big
heard of it.
line around the block that has been there for about 5 months, that's Chris's place.
Okay.
Got
Got
it.
it.
Okay.
I know that
Not
one.
for the
And
Grammys.
I don't think
It's for the
there's-
pizza.
I don't think there's a better human being in our business than Chris Bianco.
Really?
And his food is, just exceptional. And
Okay.
the fact that he does it with pizza at the level that he does it is mind-boggling to me.
That's
nice.
fantastic.
We
yeah.
have to get some pizza tonight.
Yeah, you gotta go.
We gotta
There
get
you
some
go.
pizza tonight. So, looking ahead to the big game, Philly, Kansas City, both great food cities.
Yeah,
Now, if they were to have a food Super Bowl,
yeah.
who would you say would win?
Philly.
And why so?
Every time.
Is it only for the
greater
cheesesteak?
Greater depth and breadth. No.
Okay.
Huh.
Look, Philly is known as it's the city of sandwiches. It's not just cheesesteaks,
Okay.
right? I've written extensively about this, done a show just on sandwiches in Philly. It's a sandwich town, blue-collar sandwich town. But it's also like the seventh biggest market in America. So there's a vibrant and exciting Chinatown there. There are tons of ethnicities represented in populations of 5,000, 8,000 or more that are bringing in food from East Africa, from West Africa, from India. So you have much greater depth. Kansas City, much smaller city in the Midwest, arguably the best barbecue
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
world
Okay.
is cooked there. You can make that claim, the depth and breadth of the barbecue, but they don't have the rest of what goes along with making a great food city a great food city. So I'm gonna have to say Philly.
Okay.
All right.
I think Philly would be proud.
But yeah, I mean, look, as a New Yorker,
Yeah.
the fact that I'm saluting Philly as much as I am these days is kind of it's hurtful.
But
to
I mean,
me.
you have lived in Minnesota for some time now.
Yeah.
30 years.
See?
Where about?
Well, Minnesota's a good food market.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I-
think Minnesota, we used to talk about, Birmingham and, Portland, Oregon and Austin, Texas and Portland, Maine as being these incredible small food cities. I think this year, next year, it's Minneapolis and St. Paul, the Twin Cities turn. The food scene there is extraordinary. We've had more James Beard winners from our region than any other in the country.
Wow.
What used to be flyover country is now delivering the food that the rest of the country is copying. So when you go to really fancy restaurants in New York or LA, what do you say? The server puts down a little tray and says, "Oh, these are our homemade preserves." For dessert, we're serving pie. I'm talking about a
Right.
Michelin-starred restaurant, like serving pie. These are things we've been doing forever in Minnesota. People want to talk about Maureen and I, helped put on Super Bowl 52 in our neck of the woods 5 years ago. And one of the things that I often talked about in interviews there was that everyone's big food trend was farm to table. That was the hot thing 5 years ago. Well, in Minnesota, if you want to touch a farmer, you just reach out to the person standing next to you. We're an ag state. But literally, if
We all have our
if we're
roots
not
in
a farmer,
farming,
we have
yeah.
a relative or a friend who's a farmer. So we have been leading the nation. So,
Yeah.
when you're,
Yeah.
doing your eats thing and not your bets thing.
Yeah.
Or bites, not bets.
When I'm biting on
when
the
you're
bets,
biting, not betting, come out to Minnesota
I
and
have
see what's
to.
going on.
That's
my friend
that's
Ryan is from
Yeah.
there.
That's my home state. I'm
Is
from
it really? Where are you
Yes.
from?
Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Get out of
Yeah.
town.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes, sir.
God.
Yes,
We
sir.
gotta go. You gotta take me
So-
to the fair. You gotta take
Oh.
me to the fair.
Don't get me started. You just said the word. I'm not even going to talk.
Okay.
It's such great news to hear that we've moved beyond the Juicy Lucy and hot dish,
Yeah.
and we've
Yes.
got other things.
Oh,
to do.
I do
Yeah.
want to try a Juicy
I
Lucy,
am
though.
on
not
record as publicly saying that the single greatest cultural event for food and entertainment on planet Earth,
The Minnesota
on planet
State Fair.
Earth, is the Minnesota State Fair.
I believe it.
And I
Yeah.
can debate that with anyone. Bring it on.
What's the
I gotta
number?
go.
What's the number one best fried thing that you've ever eaten?
Does it even have to be fried?
Well,
like
I
No,
have
no, it
to-
has to be. It
Okay.
has to be
There
fried.
are a lot of different things that are fried there.
Yeah.
And I have to tell
Everything's
you, I
fried.
can't
Twinkies
get
are
past
fried.
the classic French fries at the French
Yeah,
fry
they
booth.
are good French
They're
fries.
unbelievable. They come in so
Yeah.
fresh. They come out of the ground in the morning. They're washed. They never touch a refrigerator.
Ooh.
They're double dipped, so they're
Ooh.
nice and crispy, super
Soft
fluffy
on the
on the
inside,
inside.
yes.
It is the best French fry in the world. Is at the original French fry booths. After
Yeah.
that, I have to say the cheese curds. Although they took away the OG original cheese curd booth
Okay.
on the outside of the food building. Now it's just on the inside. I think that's a quality hit. But long list of great foods on my website at andrewzimmern.com. I am obsessed with the State Fair. I go all 12 days. Can't get enough of it.
I gotta go. Gotta get
Do you
there.
agree or disagree?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's fantastic.
I'm not fighting
Yeah.
it.
No,
Yeah.
it seemed like you were ready to get up there and say it was like, ginger ale days in Grand Rapids. I mean, Minnesota's got such an interesting thing that, there's Henderson, Minnesota has sauerkraut days, where you go down for the weekend and there's beer and sauerkraut foods.
Sounds like a
and
great
it's like,
time.
it's
It
fantastic.
does.
You know?
Oh, I
But
love that
that's
feel.
what's we have the best of small town America, along with one of the biggest cities in the country, and people forget how big the Twin Cities are collectively. And I think it's a great comment and a great salute to our state that Taste of the NFL was born there.
Yep.
Because the generosity of spirit to try to help others, pull others out of food insecurity, I think is something that is a natural for people in the state of Minnesota. We care for other people.
Yeah.
I know Maureen and I are endlessly pushing the quality of life and all the great things that where we live has to offer.
That's
We-
awesome.
We were just joking around. I mean, between when I was a local food and features reporter and Maureen was doing the Mall of America when it opened, Super Bowl committee, Super Bowl host committee, Taste the
busy.
we keep wind up doing things
Yes.
together. I'm very lucky to have someone like Maureen to inspire, and her tireless efforts have garnered some incredible sponsors that we couldn't do this without. We couldn't put the money towards the need if we didn't have sponsors like Quaker Oats and Hormel and American Family, and who else is joined us
Hellman's and Frito-Lay and the PepsiCo
Pepsi,
Foundation and
Wow.
Remy Martin, the
Real
liquor
salute
company.
to them.
Wow.
There are big companies that I would love to tell you how awful they are. And then there's big companies that really are doing great things for other people. And if big business isn't helping other people, then what are they in business for?
Exactly.
And there are good ones, and we're lucky because we have the best sponsors. So
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Thank
so
you to
wonderful
them.
to hear. One last question before we get you out of here.
Eagles by 15.
Whoa.
Okay. Super Bowl champion of.
But you don't like the Eagles
Of-
because you're from Minnesota.
I'm fine with the Eagles.
No, you're not.
Look, if the Vikings and Giants aren't in the Super Bowl, I'm going Eagles.
There you
I'm
go.
worried about Mahomes' ankle. If
It's-
Mahomes
yeah.
can run the ball, it's a close game. If he cannot run the ball, Philly can, with one of the best, the best defense in the NFL, can put another man back, and I don't think Mahomes can have
There's
a
not
great
much he
passing
can do.
day then.
Yeah.
Well, then the other last question I'll ask you is Super Bowl.
Yes, hot dog is a sandwich.
Stop it.
Super Bowl champion of tailgate foods. What's the very best tailgate food?
You have to-
or not tailgate food, but watching the game food.
Oh my gosh, that's very difficult. That's like, who's the best kisser in high school? I mean, it's a difficult question. You have to think
I can
about
answer
it
that question.
a long
You know
time.
what?
I can too.
Oh my goodness.
And college. I remember back those days. No, I mean, here's the deal. You've got your grilled item categories from ribs to wings, right? And that's a great category. You have your meal in a bowl items like chili and other soups and stews. But I happen to think you can't have a tailgate party of some kind without a linked or sausage product of some kind.
Got it.
I love hot dogs. I'm a shameless pimp for the hot dog. The government won't even allow the hot dog companies to tell you what's in them. I mean, think about
That's
that.
a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
I think that's a
Nobody
thing
wants
that's-
to know.
Nobody wants to know.
I love hot dogs too.
A good one. A good one
Yeah.
in a natural skin that snaps when you cook it with the right fixins on it. So I always have a big fireplace. I have the marshmallow sticks out so people can grill.
Yep.
I love saying grill your weenie. Put it on a bun and help yourself to all the fixins. So I'm going to go tubular meat.
Love it.
Tubular meat.
You heard it here first on LAFB.
You gotta have that tubular
food.
meat.
Sorry, chicken wing people. I mean, that's my. And look, I love to cook all this stuff. I like to make Vietnamese spring rolls and oyster chowder, and I do ribs, and I roast a big piece of beef and slice that for hot roast beef sandwiches with dip. I mean, so
I'm
I like
coming
to
to your
do.
Super Bowl
Where
party.
I do.
Well,
I do
where
a
we
nice
going for
Super Bowl.
lunch?
I do a nice Super Bowl party.
Well, we
So
will go
that's
somewhere
wonderful.
with tubular meat.
But I'm going to go for
Yes.
for you guys. Let's go tubular meat.
Perfect.
Love it. Perfect.
A lot of good hot dogs in LA.
I'll have to
You know
remember
what?
that.
I'd say so. I love a hot dog, and my husband tells me, don't be surprised if you've eaten a dozen rats or two.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
Because
the government allows up to 12% of your box of cereal to have insect product in it. So because they just can't get it out of all that grain. It's impossible for them to do it otherwise. So when you are eating, just when you're walking around breathing the air, it's very, very difficult. Whatever happened, why did Farmer John lose the hot dog deal at Chavez Ravine where the Dodgers play? What happened there? Start investigative reporting.
I'm going to look into that.
Story.
I'll look into that. I know
story.
somebody that can help me with it
Blow
too.
the lid off of
Serena,
that one.
we'll look into it.
I used to like that Farmer John hot dog.
Yeah, that's a good one. How's Pink's? I've never been to Pink's yet.
Pink's?
Okay.
Pink's is Pink's. Pink's has
All
been
right.
there for
Thank
a long
you.
time.
Thank you.
Pink's has a long line. Pink's has a lot of different celebrity named hot dogs.
But it's not the best hot dog.
Pink's is
That's
Pink's.
That's
Yes.
but it is. I mean, here's the deal. It's OG. It has the rep, and you can't say you've eaten hot dogs in LA without having gotten one.
True.
Perfect.
Right?
True. I just had one from Bill's Burgers.
Which I hear are great.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Burgers out of this world. I know you're not a fan of In-N-Out. You think that their fries are absolute trash.
No, I will.
But Bill's
say
Burgers, I gotta take you.
In-N-Out is the most overrated hamburger in America. Not even close. The fact that people even talk about it as being good, it is flavorless. The meat is frozen. You've got to do double animal style just to give it some flavor.
Oh, and don't get on the fries, huh?
No.
And the fries are trash. And even people who love In-N-Out know the fries are trash.
Yeah.
The single best hamburger franchise in America is Culver's.
Not
even
Butterburger.
close.
Butterburger.
with
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
thank you,
Custard
with their
shake.
Custard. I mean, just,
Thank
you
you.
can't beat it. But Patty and Frank's in
Never had
Atlanta. There's one. They're trying to expand. They're in the Chattahoochee Food Works in Atlanta. I think that's I think that's got it going on.
We'll be on some road trips this summer.
I need to be honest. That's mine.
Okay.
I thought, just one,
but
I thought Chicago had the best hot dogs.
Well, Chicago is a hot dog town.
Okay.
And as a city, they have the best hot dogs. It's a hot dog culture. There's 20 different places
No.
that are excellent.
No
Lynn?
ketchup, though.
No ketchup. You
Only if you're
cannot.
under 13. I asked a Chicago cop in one of my episodes. I was eating. He was looking at me, and I said, "Is it against the law in the city of Chicago to put ketchup on a hot dog?" He said, "If you're over 13, it is."
It's criminal.
That's what he said.
It's criminal.
If
Like-
you're a kid, go for it. If you're an adult, sorry, pass.
Fair enough. I love it. I love these
Get the
rules that
paddy
we're getting.
wagon, yeah.
One more time, tasteoftheNFL.com.
Yeah. TasteoftheNFL.com.
GenYouth.org. Please come to our event. If you can't donate, spread the gospel.
Support this great cause. Thanks so much for coming on the LAFB show. It's fantastic having you. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Great to be here.
Thank
Yes.
you so much,
Come-
both of you.
We'll have more than tubular meats, I promise.
Please,
Brittany?
please. Yes.
Brittany?
Yes.
Are we good?
We're great.
Okay, that's
We're
all
great.
I care
This
about.
was amazing.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Thank
She
you.
was very
Thank
angry
you.
at me before the show. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that
I had
got
to
what
let
you
him know
wanted.
how much I just couldn't
Water under the
stand
bridge.
him.
Okay,
and just
that's great.
No,
That's great.
This was
We're
great.
good.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.